Another Yusupov game now in this slightly unusual variation with rook to e1. It comes from the Reykjavik Summit in 1990 when the two players in this game, Yusupov playing black, Nigel Short playing white, were more or less at their peak. And here Short plays rook e1 yet again. Well, we saw knight c5, the immediate knight c5 in the last game. Now Yusupov deviates slightly by playing bishop e7, and after c3 he only now plays knight c5. If I was asked to choose between the two examples, I slightly prefer knight c5, the knight c5 of the last game, although this is obviously playable too, as black elects to play a more traditional Ruy Lopez system with the knight on c5 and the bishop on g4. Pawn comes up to h3 by Short, bishop drops back, and now Nigel tries to push the black knight away from his active position. Basically, white is trying to create a bit of a stir in this position before black can castle. That explains his next couple of moves, trying to knock black off balance. Yusupov is quite calm in these situations. He defends his attacked knight. Knight bd2. There was no real way here for white to add any fuel to the flames. He can't attack c6 anymore. He can't attack d5 anymore, really, with any meaningful strength. And, well, otherwise black's just going to castle. Note also that black is thinking about the move d4 in this position at some point, which kind of hints at the fact that the white pawn structure there on c3 and b4 is not especially secure. So knight bd2 was played, black castles. Now he should have a comfortable game, and white brings his knight around in typical Ruy Lopez fashion to maybe attack the pawn on d5 with knight e3, or maybe to come to g3. Certainly that knight would very much like to arrive on f5, right on time. Rook a8, Yusupov challenges the open file. White has no option but to take, and to try and train his sights on the b pawn. To take that b pawn, however, is not at all easy, and Short decides to put the brakes on that plan, preferring knight g3 instead of, for instance, queen e2. Now queen e2 at first sight looks good, but then I think d4 is an excellent response for black. That's the way black opens up this position, and well, a short variation will demonstrate just how strong this continuation is. Bishop takes b5, bishop takes f3, forcing white's pawns to be damaged on the king side. Now black takes on c3, and if queen c4, black has the blistering sacrifice rook takes b5, and then knight d4, when white simply has too many weaknesses in his position to contemplate a successful defence.